Parents and carers have legal rights to be involved in decisions regarding their children's support under the Additional Support for Learning Act. It is also best practice to involve all parents and carers in the daily life of the setting and include them in setting up children's next steps and keeping them informed of their child's progress. Their input is invaluable. Education Scotland says that if managed well, education staff can reassure families, help to reduce anxiety, and start to build strong partnerships with parents. Relationships are of key importance to supporting children with additional support needs. In practice, working with parents is not always straightforward. It is important that you approach all conversations regarding children with sensitivity and invite parents and carers to be meaningfully involved in the process. They may have their own opinions, viewpoints, and understanding of their child's needs. Providing families with a welcoming, informative, and positive transition into the setting from the beginning will be conducive to building positive relationships that may support you with difficult conversations later on. Where parents do not agree with your concerns around a child, it is important to respond to this sensitively and respectfully, and it may take time to build up a shared understanding of that child's needs. Legally, you are required to still assess and plan for children's needs. In ELC, we talk with parents all the time, so we're always building up relationships as children move through a setting. Sometimes we need to meet with parents for different reasons. For example, not making progress as expected, but the child plan meeting has become a go-to rather than a purpose-based approach. You may have talked to a family, or a family may have talked to you about concerns, and you will have been making observations. Should it be required, an initial meeting to record a child's possible additional support needs can be planned. This is a starting point for identifying needs and agreeing to next steps. At this point, you will have some knowledge or assessment of the child's factors, barriers, and needs. However, you don't need to have all the answers. It's a conversation. Remember that this is a potentially difficult time for families, so how we approach these first conversations can lay the foundations of good relationships going forward. ELC staff are great at working with families. Meetings regarding progress can take place for all children in the same way, for example through parent contacts. If you are establishing needs and completing your assessment profile, you want to meet with families and other professionals formally. But if everything is then in place, there's no need to have another meeting unless a parent requests a meeting. There's a significant change and you want to think about it together. There is a transition coming up, for example moving rooms or moving into primary one, or if a child has a coordinated support plan. Otherwise, child plans can be reviewed annually and shared with parents and carers and other relevant professionals without the need for another formal child's plan meeting. For children currently regarded to be within the enhanced or intensive stage of intervention due to ongoing unmet needs and complex support required, a formal review and meeting should take place annually.